Patty from Thronatiska, and I've got a problem. I got a big problem. I order from Amazon, and I get these things all the time. What do I do with them? They are constantly taking up room in my garbage can. So, you know, aside from spending all my money, I just don't have enough room in my garbage can for all these little things. And I've got a solution to my problem. Did you know that these things were made of starch? So what this means is you can put them to use. So if you would like to put these things to use in your home, if you are as troubled as I am, then, which is probably not quite the case, but if you are, what I've got are my little packing things. I've got some wax paper, some little piece of tissue paper. I'm going to get some water, and I've got a little paintbrush here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dissolve these in water, because while starch doesn't completely dissolve in water, it does rearrange itself. And there's kind of a difference between dissolving and rearranging itself. And so you'll notice here that my little starch packaging bubbles, or packaging things that are always getting on my nerves, they're not completely dissolved, okay, because we've got a separation, but they have rearranged themselves to where they're not in the same shape. And so we're going to keep our minds on that word shape, because shape is pretty important about how this works. Now, starch comes from plants like potatoes, corn, so cornstarch. Any of the activities that you do that are using the stay-flow corn starch, you can substitute with these little packaging bubbles here. And we all have so many of these things laying around now. And the more that you can get to, and I don't want to use the word dissolve, but rearrange its shape in the water, the more starch is going to be here, okay? And it is kind of like a glue. So first I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do with this. This is the season of decorating, doing fun things, which is, in my case, always the season of decorating and doing fun things. And so one thing that you can do is you can take tissue paper or any kind of paper and use this kind of like that Mod Podge. Because what we basically have here, we basically have glue. And you can put this over any shape and allow it to take any shape. So if you're doing Christmas trees, Easter eggs, you know, St. Patrick's little anythings, if you want to make sun catchers, whatever you would do with glue, you can do the same thing with this. Now, one good thing about the wax paper is that the wax paper does not stick to the starch. So if you want to be able to pull your shape off, say you're doing an Easter egg or a Christmas tree or something like that, and you want to pull your shape off, like the little cone angels that you can make, you can put a piece of wax paper over top of it. And I'm just going to demonstrate this for you. I'm not going to actually do it. But if you put the wax paper over top of it, then you take your little pieces of paper and do just like the Mod Podge. Anybody that has done the decoupage or the Mod Podge, anything like that, that's all I'm doing. You can do this with your pictures or any kind of paper that you like. Now, once it dries, if you leave it on something, say you wanted to decorate this glass bowl, once it dries, then you would have your parents take a clear polyurethane spray or a clear, some kind of protective spray and spray over it, because it will come off whenever it gets wet. So you can do it for something permanent to decorate a vase if you're going to put flowers in it, a really nice and expensive gift. You can do it for any holiday. Or you can use something like wax paper where you can remove it. And now if you wanted to give somebody a customized Easter basket or Christmas basket, or say you had school colors and you wanted to take your red and blue or red and white tissue paper and make a basket for somebody with your school colors, you can do that in any shape. Now, another thing that you can do is make some pretty neat sun catchers. And you can make some really neat shapes. So, if I take a little glue stick here, and my shape is not going to come out real pretty. I know yours is going to be a lot better. But you can make a heart. Okay, all I did was I took my glue and I just made a shape. So you can do a Christmas tree, Easter egg, heart. You can do your initials, whatever you like. We're going to allow that glue to dry. And then when that glue dries, you can take whatever kind of paper that you like, just put it over your shape. And you've probably done something like this with little sun catchers before. We're going to do the same thing. But the only difference is now you've got a custom shape, like maybe your initials. And when this dries, so maybe overnight, all you have to do is take your sun catcher, and you can either, sometimes you can pull away from the wax paper, and sometimes you may have to trim around the edges. Put a little hole in it, and you can hang it up. Now, I've got one more thing that you can do with this. Since it is glue, sort of. Everybody likes slime. So if you have this, you've probably seen the slime version where you can use the Stay Puft or the starch, that blue starch, and you can add glue to it and you can get slime. Now, you're not going to want a lot of water in this, because the more water that you have, the longer it's going to take to get slimy, and longer it'll take to dry out. You might need a little bit more glue. But what you're going to notice, and especially if you come back in a day or so, it's going to get a real slimy texture to it as the water works its way out of there, and you can play with it for multiple days. So we're going to leave this, let it set up just a little bit. I am going to put a little bit of baking soda in here when I get it mixed good and thoroughly. And I have a little bit too much water in here, which is kind of the fun part of it. This is where the science comes in, because you get to experiment and see what makes this work best and under what conditions does it just not work at all. Now, with this kind of slime, anytime you use that starch, you're going to get a puffier slime. So many of you have even come here to the museum and you've done the type of experiment where we have the glue and we add baking soda to it, and then we add the contact solution. So many of you have come here and you've done that. This is going to give you a puffier slime. We're going to let it set up for a little bit. And this might be one of those things that'll take just a little bit more time. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more of this. But I encourage you at home to make several of these. And I'm going to get some contact solution from my magic room very quickly. So I'm back with my contact solution. I'm going to add that in here to get this really nice puffy slime. So the difference between this kind of slime and the slime that only has the glue in it is that you're going to find that this is a lot puffier. So my problem was that I had so many of these little packaging foam things, but I'm finding that they have some really fun and creative uses. The reason that they have those fun and creative uses is because these little packaging foam things, if we could shrink ourselves way, way down to where we could actually see the little atoms and the little molecules, we would find that we get these little molecules that come together and they form these big complex molecules. So if you see how I've got these little paper clips here, and we just make these big long chains with paper clips. And I know some of you have done this because I'm a teacher, and sometimes y'all do these to my paper clips and I have a hard time getting them apart. But this is how glue works. It takes the little bitty pieces, these little molecules, and they kind of stick together and they get all kinds of different shapes. And so because of that, we can make a real nice shaped object out of flimsy tissue paper. We can make sun catchers into different shapes, and we can make some really fluffy slime. And I hope you've enjoyed.